A lot of eyes on Arizona right now as Congress is considering passing a school choice bill that would divert billions of dollars to private schools for the purpose of K-12 education.
Joe Dana tells us what one Arizona woman told members of Congress and why some are asking her to correct the record.
The private school voucher program is still an experiment in the making.
Our team has helped thousands of families.
Jenny Clark is an Arizona mom and ESA advocate, president of the nonprofit Love Your School. Clark gave testimony to a congressional subcommittee last month about how Arizona ESA dollars helped her homeschooled children who have dyslexia.
This changed everything for my boys.
With the blessing of President Trump, congressional Republicans are pushing for a national law that would allow parents to divert tax dollars to private and religious schools. Clark out front in the movement.
The message I have for other state legislators is look at states like Arizona, like Florida.
Clark also made this false statement to the committee.
Ms. Clark, one common argument we hear about school choice and ESAs in particular is that they defund traditional public schools or otherwise degrade the quality of public education. Have you seen that in Arizona?
Absolutely not. In fact, not a single public school has closed in Arizona in the over 12 plus years that we've had the ESA program in our state.
Okay.
But public schools have closed. Since 2022, 20 have closed or are scheduled to close in 6 districts in the Phoenix area. 10 charter schools have also closed over that time. Charters are publicly funded but operate privately. A spokesperson for Arizona's nonprofit Save Our Schools, a harsh critic of vouchers, tells 12 News, quote, "I think Jenny should correct the congressional record because facts matter."
Chairman and members of the subcommittee.
Testimony in Congress is serious and is often later used for political campaigns and messaging. Clark declined to tell 12 News whether she'll correct the record. Clark also declined an interview. She emailed us a statement with a key phrase that was different, saying, quote, "Not a single public school in Arizona has closed because of our Arizona ESA program in the last 12 years. That's debatable. Tracy Benson is president of the Arizona Business and Education Coalition. Is there any conclusion you can make about the impact that the school voucher program have had in recent years on closures of public schools?
I think that the impact of ESAs on closure of public schools is probably overrated.
But Benson says still a factor because of the impact on the state's general budget. More than half of students using universal vouchers were already in private schools, representing more than $400 million in new costs to the state this year, according to one analysis.
The issue is pulling dollars from the state general fund away from our public schools, our district and charter schools. That's what's having the greatest impact.
Benson says ESAs lack transparency and accountability, but they aren't the only factor. Another point of national debate, the impact of ESAs on rural communities.
Diverting dollars from the public schools into ESAs, we're really disadvantaging students who are in rural and remote parts of Arizona who don't have access if they wanted to send their student to a private school.
Clark told the congressional committee that's not what she sees.
We have thousands of families in Arizona in rural communities. They can launch a micro school. They can create a co-op. They could hire a teacher and pool their ESA funds with other families, which many of them have done.
Reality versus rhetoric of ESAs. A battle playing out at home and in Congress. Joe Dana, 12 News.
All right, Joe, thank you. And Arizona's public schools are facing a growing crisis, with 20 Valley schools closed or repurposed since the COVID-19 pandemic began. A state auditor report shows that 47 districts now at high risk or exceeding budgets as enrollment continues to decline. For more details on affected schools, you can check out this interactive map on 12news.com.